Hi, my name is Lim Chin Long, student ID I25034599, a student at INTI International University of Malaysia. I'm going to cover Medix's Solutions incident that occurred in February 2025, an event that caused a catastrophic cybersecurity breach that tarnished Medix's Solutions' reputation and its trust of their users. This orchestrated attack by hackers compromised users' confidential data and exposed weaknesses in the organization and their technology department's negligence. For starter, Medix's Solutions, having a headquarter in Singapore, is well known for its flagship cloud platform information system called MediLink 360. Their system securely assisted medical centers, such as private clinics and specialty hospital, in managing patient records, schedule appointments, handle billing, and generate prescriptions and lab orders digitally in the cloud. As of 2025, over 40 private clinics and specialist hospitals across the region are client of Medix SIS. Interestingly, one of their major clients is based in Malaysia, a neighboring country of their headquarter in Singapore. Silvercare Clinic Group Malaysia subscribes to MediLink 360 with a monthly per-user fee. Therefore, Silvercare stores confidential information such as private patient records, patient details, medical histories, and billing records, mainly on Medisys's cloud server, providing easy access and secured information system for their clients to operate and manage their patients' data efficiently and effectively. So, what happened in February 2025? Why Medix's got hit by a cybersecurity breach? Let's dive into the incident. We'll break down what and how it happened and the lessons that every tech-driven organization should learn. Zero-day vulnerability happened. It is a security flaw in a software or hardware that remains anonymous to developers, which is caused by a deprecated third-party plugin that was used within Medix's web application firewall. Once hacker gained access to the administrative access of the organization's cloud database, over 55,000 encrypted patient records were all being exploited from 17 clinics, which including Silvercare. How does the hacker manage to exploit encrypted data, you've asked? The reason may shock you. The reason hackers managed to decrypt the records is due to encryption keys were being insecurely stored on the same server that was being attacked. Well, what's worse than being attacked by hackers is an undergoing 9-day exploitation without being detected by the organization. The attackers started by hitting the vulnerability of the system. In this case, the outdated third-party web plugin. After that, the attackers escalated the system privilege, looking for the right token to gain full access into the database. The goal is to simply hope that they could find an important encryption keys to exfiltrate sensitive data that was stored in the database. Furthermore, the lack of network segmentation in the system means that attacker could move freely inside the system. After an undetected 9-day exploitation, the attackers had already managed to leak a taste of juicy material onto the dark web and blackmailed the organization for Bitcoin in exchange for data leak prevention. But Medix's wasn't really at the fault of the zero-day vulnerability, but the fault of ignoring known vulnerability in the system, resulting in financial losses beyond fines and loss of revenue that may have impacted the organization, not to mention losing their monthly subscription consumers. Many patients feared that their private data exploited by the attackers may impact their lives. For example, private info, such as their national identity, mobile phone numbers, medical logs, and so much more, being leaked publicly. Patients may get scam calls or even identity stolen.
This incident demonstrated 5 major security risks in the organization. 1. weak governance, lack of dedicated Chief Information Security Officer and Security Operations Center to monitor incoming threats. Hence, the system sustained an unprecedented offense by the hackers. 2. Poor patch management. Vendor alerts about the vulnerability had been ignored for over 5 months. The consequence was a backdoor available to be exploited. 3. Improper encryption key handling. Keys stored alongside the data they were meant to protect, making exfiltration of the data on the server possible. 4th, missing security information and event management, also known as SIEM, lacking real-time monitoring of suspicious activity. This is how the hackers were able to infiltrate the server without being detected for 9 days. 5. Inadequate service level agreements, failing to specify response time, breach notification timelines, or client liability, causing an exponential loss of revenue and reputation. Let's talk about why storing encryption key in the same server is considered as a low-level mistake, which is a careless move. Encryption keys' role are to act as the final defense of sensitive data. Poorly managed keys will render it useless in protections against attackers that have already break through the system, which in this case, storing key in the same server. What other ways can you keep your encrypted data tucked away from exploiters? Try using services such as cloud services from big company, for example, Amazon Web Services, Azure Key Vault, Google Cloud Services. These company platforms offer a wide range of cybersecurity and technology services that can help avoid this kind of incident being happened ever again, due to that they have high positive testimonials across the globe. Or if you have the ability, you could try developing your own cybersecurity handshake authentication as well. Wink, wink. Back to the point. Nonetheless, physical security and encryption sometimes prove effective against digital threats. Implement of such infrastructure like biometric system for identity affirmation, surveillance camera within the perimeter of the server room, or an access key that are meant for authorized personnel. While digitally, it could mean that ensuring only authorized individuals have access to sensitive information and making sure no unauthorized modification to the data. Maintaining the availability of the data without disruption could also prevent denial of service attacks as well.
The whole incident's lesson is a cautionary tale for all organization to handle data with care and execute proper procedure to protect everyone's data from unethical cyber troopers. This lesson taught us that minimal maintenance time is required for any kind of software or hardware, and always pay attention to details, especially outdated plugins, which you have no control over the source. Moreover, keeping an intimate eye contact with your system and manage your keys appropriately is what every developer and organization's utmost responsibility and priority. Taking care of these criteria can help mitigate the risk of chaotic data breach and avoid hefty cost of legal consequences. Most importantly, maintaining the trust of stakeholders. Therefore, when the responsibility falls upon your shoulders in the future, ensure that you manage your system appropriately and effectively. Thank you for your time.